Hello everyone and welcome back to another BattleBox Buyer's Guide. Today we are taking on the greater good of the Tau Empire, and we're going to see if they are the greatest good for combat patrol. Aha! 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 So I'm just going to get my bias out of the way now. I really like the Tau models. I think they're great. I like that they have a whole sort of sci-fi military aesthetic. It's the same reason I like the Primaris Marines as well. Like they look like actual sci-fi military. You know, like they have actual armor. They have tactical bits. Like a lot of 40k armies don't really fall into that aesthetic. Well, yeah, a lot of 40k is clearly meant to be real world armies, or sort of World War One, two kind of tech, or religious organisations. So it's nice to have actual militaries on the field, and the battle suits are real cool. Right? I think these guys are great, and honestly, I think this is the most they've been in focus. When I had them on camera. See, they actually look all right. Yeah, they suit both really weird out there color schemes and like I've done more sort of drab, da ba ba. I've gone for an urban camo or urban sort of military scheme, but yeah, I think again a lot like Space Marines. They sort of suit suit the style. The two models I'm not a gigantic fan of are the guy who's just found his knife and wants to tell all his friends. And I don't like the ethereal. I just think it's a very stiff model. I think it's I'm not a massive fan of the floaty drone, but yeah, there are very few good sort of leader poses, especially for ones who are armed with rifles. Because if he was holding that pulse, I'm going to admit now, if he was holding that pulse rifle in a shooting pose, he'd look like him. If he was doing a runny pose, he would look like any other fire warrior. So I get why they did it. It's just I personally find it quite awkward. And again, it is very sort of just look what I've found. Yay. But no, it's generally the Tau in general. I will be honest. I expanded this out. The first thing I did was drop both the characters and add a battlesuit commander on. Because yeah, Tau. I like Tau models. Tau models are great. So, as a combat patrol, I actually think the Tau box is actually quite good, and I'm aware I'm saying that as someone who's crap at it. I'm really bad with it because you've got the basic infantry unit, you've got the character that's meant to join it, you've got the slightly more elite unit, and you've got the heavy unit, which is basically you've got a nice mix of stuff. They're Tau, so nothing particularly great in melee combat, but yeah, it also manages to avert the main cardinal sin big problem I had with the Space Marine Combat Patrol, where the ethereal is more of a floating sort of buff unit, and it has lone operative, so it can stay on its own while the Fireblade genuinely throws out orc levels of dice with that unit. It's really fun to actually play with. Um, yeah, I was recently it was called to my attention that I was playing it wrong. I'm really sorry. I've forgotten the name of the viewer, but I do mention him in the latest battle report against the Astra Militarum. But yeah, it is a good combat patrol. I'm just crap with it. So, as I said with the models, the first thing I did when I expanded out was I took out the Fireblade and the Ethereal and added in a battlesuit commander and a unit of battlesuits. Like, I actually have a not particularly large Tau army. I started buying them towards the end of 9th again. So I started buying them in 3rd edition. Yeah, it's an all right army to expand. My one big problem is the same problem that I had with the Leagues of Votan, and you're going to hear it again in multiple other ones, especially the Necrons and a bunch of other ones. Look at them. They have decided to combine 2 different gun types. I don't even know if you can do that in regular 40k. I'm actually not a purist on these ones. I vastly prefer the pulse carbines to the pulse rifles. But yeah, I don't like units with like half and half on their basic weaponry. But I don't know. I mean, I mean, the first thing I did was buy another unit and split that into as well. I've got so many Fire Warriors. I think Fire Warriors are great. Expanding out, you can go so many different ways with this. I went the battle suit route because I am a giant weeb, but the infantry, you go full infantry with the stealth section as more of like a scouting thing. You could go full stealth based off this lot. It's real good. I am in 2 minds when it comes to the suggesting buying a 2nd or even 3rd box of these, because the savings is amazing. I wasn't aware of how good the savings were until I worked it out for this review, but turns out all what you're seeing on the table in front of you. Yeah, it comes to £151.50, so you're saving £56.50 or over, like, well, yeah, it's over 50% again the cost of the box at retail, and it's essentially you're getting the ghost kill for free if you buy this box. So if you like the stealth section, there is no reason not to get another box of these guys. Yeah. Oh, and there are definite ways of ways to go. Yeah, no, it's like it is a very good box for starting an army. Maybe less so for expanding the army. I mean, going back to the cost, the Fireblade and the Ethereal together come to 39 quid out of the 56.50 that you are saving. So it does make it a bit of a less of a deal. It's still a deal, but less of a deal if you're just buying it for the units and the battle suits. Your mileage will definitely vary. I'm just giving you the information. You can do with it as thou wilt. On that note, yeah, cool. I do like Tau. I hope that you are inspired to go out and get some yourselves. I'm a fan of the old school, by the way, where they were just generally good people and didn't have like the Orwellian nightmare stuff going on. So, yeah, you need the light to have the shadows of the grimdark. Thank you very much. But that is neither here nor there. I will see y'all next week. Bye.